A policy adopted by
for
the
your
DCA.
safety and everyone else's around you. We see it as a safety issue.
Okay, why do you see it as a safety issue? What are the grounds to it being a safety issue? Tell me what grounds wearing a mask.
Well, that
issue.
is part of the CDC CDC regulations, not necessarily regulations, but what do they call that? CDC requirements for slowing the spread of COVID-19. It's CDC recommendations is what it is.
You said slowing the spread of COVID-19.
Correct.
There is no COVID-19.
I didn't ask you that.
I know, but you are mandating that I do something based off of something that doesn't exist.
Well, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to your opinion.
It's not opinion. It's a fact.
Okay. In your opinion, it's a fact. In our opinion, it's not a fact. And the company, there's the one who makes your check, writes your check, who signs it, makes it valid.
I don't care about money.
They have rules.
I don't care about a check. I care about what's right and what's wrong. Okay?
That's not what's at issue here. What's at issue here is you
No, that's definitely what's at each issue, because you're mandating that I do something that is based off of a lie. So yes, it is. It is.
That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion. It's a fact.
Okay, I'm not here to discuss what you feel is a fact or an opinion. I'm here to discuss what VTA, has mandated and is asking you to do.
A mandate. What is a mandate? A mandate is a legality, isn't it?
Well, I've given you a direct order to wear a mask while you're at work here, according to the guidelines in that notice.
When I was in the military,
I don't need to know about your military.
I'm going to tell you what I feel about direct orders. It was drilled into me that if someone gave me an unlawful direct order, I did not have to follow it. Okay? And that stuck with me. And no one has proven to me that COVID-19 is real. I see a whole bunch of stuff on the television, brainwashing stuff on the television and the news and propaganda and programming, but there's no real proof there. The real proof comes with actually going and doing some research at the CDC's website, which is what I have done. I've read through documents in many different think tanks from the Rockefeller Foundation. I went through the agenda at the event that took place just prior to this, and I have come to the conclusion, without any doubt that we are being manipulated. And the mask is just one of the steps that they're going to take. And I'm not going to participate in something that I know is not going to be good for me in the end, or anyone else. I'm not going to participate in it. That's just where I stand. I could go through all your questions, and you can say I'm not following the direct order and I'm being insubordinate or whatever, but I'm thinking to a higher level right now, higher than anything DTA has. And I'm doing this not just for myself, I'm doing it for you and everybody else in this room. Because if we go along to get along, we deserve what we're going to get in the end. And I'm telling you, I see the signs out there right now as to what is going on, and I don't like it. But I see a lot of people who are not comfortable. They don't agree with it, but they go along with it anyway. And so, that's on them. That's what they're going to have to live with. But I'm not going to live that way. What you see is what you get with me. Now, if I went through all of that stuff that I went through, the research that I did, the documents that I read, and I had any doubt as to my position, I would be wearing the mask right now. But I have no doubt, because I read the documents. I see the statistics. Okay, the CDC, you mentioned that earlier. Did you know that this year the CDC recorded a rising number of COVID-19 deaths? But at the same time, deaths from heart attacks, death from strokes, death from cancer, all of them went down in proportion to the rising of the COVID. Okay, so what does that tell you? They haven't gone down any of the other 10 years that I looked at. They only went down in the year when they had the COVID.
Dwayne,
so
let me
I
stop you
looked
right
through
there.
all of that.
Let me stop you.
I know.
I'm not here to discuss any of that.
Okay, all right.
Not one bit of that.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with your research and what your findings are.
But you're using COVID-19 to mandate that I do something.
No, I'm using the company policy.
The company policy was based off of COVID-19.
To conduct this meeting right now.
Okay.
And to find out what you want to do.
Okay.
I have nothing to do with all your research and your findings.
Okay. But I know
that what my company tells me to do, and that's what I'm doing. My job.
Okay.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Sure.
He spoke on CO2 levels, and I wanted you to continue. What's the problem with CO2 levels? Is it a safety issue? Can you elaborate on that?
OSHA has a standard. OSHA has a standard for workplace environments, and CO2 is one of them. If it drops below a certain point or rises above a certain point, it becomes a safety issue. And that's what I was concerned about, because when you have a mask or a shield over your face, you're rebreathing your air. You're not getting fresh air. Breathing is a medical condition. Everybody needs to breathe to live. Wearing that mask is causing more problems than it is solving over the long run. When you're in the shop and you're working.
When you said over the long run, what kind of long run are you talking about?
Over the long run.
Because I see, doctors, nurses.
They don't wear them 24 hours a day, 7 days. Or they don't wear them 8 hours a day.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. My sister is a nurse. I know. My sister's a nurse. She doesn't wear her mask from the time that she goes to work to the time that she gets off. She does not wear a mask.
Like again, you're getting me off the subject, man.
I wanted to know. Are you claiming that it was a safety issue? Is that why you're not?
I'm not claiming it is a safety issue. I'm just saying that's just one thing. My main objection to this is the fact that I don't feel comfortable helping to perpetrate a lie. That's my main issue. I'm not a hypocrite. If I see something that I don't care, okay, I'll put it to you this way. A lie is a lie, even if everybody in the world believes it. And the truth is the truth, even if nobody believes it. So I live my life in the truth. I choose to do that. And nobody in this world, VTA or anybody, is going to make me be untrue to myself and to other people if I don't want to. And that's what I feel VTA is trying to do, trying to make me be untrue. And I'm not going to do it. Now, you can call it being disobeying an order or insubordinate or whatever. But I'm looking to a higher power, higher than VTA, higher than Sacramento, higher than Washington, D.C. It doesn't feel right here in my heart, okay? It's not right for what's going on in this world right now. It's not right. And so you can say I'm being disobedient or whatever you want to call it, and say give me the grounds to fire me or whatever you're going to do. That's okay with me. If at least when I leave here, I know I was true to myself, and I was true to what I know. So if you want to go ahead and go through your little questions, and I do, and we can get through the questions, and then you can dismiss me or whatever it is that you're going to do for the next step, and then we'll go from there.
Do you understand that I am giving you a direct order to put on and keep on your mask while you're on VTA property?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand the consequences of not complying with this direct order?
Tell me what the consequences are of me not complying with your direct order. For the record.
Well, first of all, if you're going to come here and not wear a mask and not be like comply, if you're not going to comply, then that is considered to be insubordination. And if you're going to come here and everyone else is wearing a mask and you refuse to wear one, and we believe the opposite of what you believe, and it's been...
belief is really something.
I didn't interrupt
it's
you.
Really easy.
It's
really easy for someone to believe something, okay? It's really easy to believe something. All you got to do is just listen to what the person says and not do any work to find out whether or not it's true. But knowing is something totally different. Knowing is actually getting out and actually finding out if what someone is telling you to believe is actually factual. That's the difference between belief. No, I don't believe that there's no COVID. I know that there's no COVID.
That's not what this is about.
Okay, well, you mentioned belief. I thought I had to say
this
that.
Is about being given an order to do something here and you're refusing to do it. That's what it's about. Everybody has their own beliefs. You're not the only one.
I don't have a belief in this matter. I know
What
in this
What
matter.
did I do? Oh, you know. Okay.
It's a difference.
Okay.
I have beliefs, yes, things that I can't factually come to a conclusion about, and so therefore I would have a belief about something, but this is not one of them.
Well, the union contract and VTA policies prohibit insubordination. They both allow discipline for insubordination.
I don't feel that I'm being insubordinate.
Okay. You may choose to leave work, but you may not choose to be insubordinate. So, you make the choice. If you choose to be...
I'm not going to leave work voluntarily. If you make me leave work, then I will leave work, but I'm not going to do it voluntarily.
You're volunteering if you're
No.
refusing to wear a mask when you're working.
No, I'm not. I'm just refusing to wear a mask. It's not.
Okay. All right, you're refusing to wear a mask, so then I'm as of now, and it's, I'll just say, 5 o'clock? You're on unpaid status, and feel free to leave, or I'm gonna help you leave.
What is unpaid status, and I'm
The
free to
same as
leave?
being punched out.
Well, I never punched in because when I went to the time clock, it didn't work.
You attempted to punch in, and you've expressed that to me, and I will make note of that. In fact, I've already made note of that.
Okay.
So you will be paid from the time you attempted to punch in until 5 o'clock.
Well, I attempted to punch in about 3:45 or so. I don't know if you
Your
got a
shift
record of
doesn't
that or
start
not.
till 4 o'clock, so.
Well, you said just now, from the time I punched in to the time I leave.
Well, no, from the time your shift starts.
Okay, that's a clarification.
I correct that, and I apologize for saying the wrong thing.
Okay.
Just for clarity, so you gave him a direct order to wear the mask?
Yes.
And so, are you giving him, how are you sending him home? Like, what are you coding him? And you said he's not getting paid once you send him home. Are you giving him a direct order to go home? Like, just
No,
for
he doesn't have to
clarity's
go
sake.
home, he just can't stay on the property. So if he's not gonna wear a mask, then he needs to leave the property.
So what's the next step after this? Am I going to get a call from the VTA telling me I need to...
No, I'm gonna give you Mita's phone number, and you can call her tomorrow morning, and you can discuss with her the next step. Mita let me write it down for you.
I don't know. I think I may have Mita's telephone number. Let me
I'm
see.
sure you already do.
I may have it.
But please call her tomorrow morning.
So you're telling me that I have no alternative. I need to leave right now because I'm not wearing a mask.
And we
I'm
feel
just
it's a
clear with
safety
that.
issue.
You feel it's a safety issue?
Yes.
Okay.
Based on CDC guidelines and the notice we put out.
Okay, I think I do have her phone number.
Okay.
And if I don't, I have it in the telephone.
Now, Mike, just for the record, as far as the safety thing, so, and I understand this is VTA's policy from what has been released.
Could you write Nita's phone number on there for me?
Yeah, I have to get, I'm going to go in the office
This is
and
a
get her.
VTA policy, correct? This isn't an actual CDC policy, so I just want to, just for the record, because I know he's reporting, being that it is a VTA policy, not a CDC policy. CDC recommends staying 6 feet apart, and if you're not 6 feet apart, have a mask on, right? He does not believe in wearing a mask, and that's up to his beliefs and how he feels, or his truth, whatever it may be. CDC recommends being 6 feet apart. He's being requested to leave the property for not wearing a mask, but he's not given the opportunity to stay 6 feet away from somebody. Is that correct?
Well,
Because they're
no,
not really giving, not you, VTA is not giving the option to maintain social distancing, right? And that's been the issue.
he has already expressed to me he's not going to wear a mask.
Correct,
And I
correct.
guarantee you there are going to be
You know,
times when he's less than
I
6
see
feet from
that.
someone.
I see a lot of people who are not comfortable around me when I don't have a mask on, and I automatically distance myself from
You're right.
those people because I don't want anybody to feel
Well,
uncomfortable.
then that's the point that I'm trying to make, because right
Okay.
now,
So I'm already doing that.
what I'm asking is, because VTA, right, so this is, and I'm just making sure to make sure it's confirmed on all parts, this is a VTA policy. This is not a CDC policy to have to wear a mask at all times. CDC recommends social distancing, being 6 feet away from somebody, which Dwayne does a very good job of that. He stays in his own area, he stays in his work area. He's not given that choice. He's being told if he does not wear a mask, he has to leave and he cannot work. So being that this is a VTA policy, is that what we're strictly going on for the reason of him not being able to stay on the premises? On the VTA policy, right? Not CDC or anything like that. I'm just clarifying so that way, it's gonna come, this is gonna go further, right? Obviously,
Yeah,
right?
and I
So
don't have a
VTA
problem with that.
And VTA makes their own policies, but their policies aren't even going by CDC or OSHA standards. So,
Well, until we hash all that out and get
Okay.
it squared away, he's not allowed to be here.
my question was, does he have another option besides the mask? That's basically.
Well, there is another option, and that would be for him to be reassigned to a position where he would not be near anybody.
I could be a roll call mechanic like I was before. I'm sitting there by myself all day long, every day, doing the roll call thing. When the bus comes for a repair, the operator usually in the break room. I'm in the bus by myself. That's how I did it for like 3 or 4 years. But that position hasn't come up for bid. There's 2 or 3 positions in roll call that's up for bid right now, and it's not being brought up for bid. I would jump on that because I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable.
The only thing you're not making us feel uncomfortable.
I mean, I'm just saying, but there are some
It says
people
where
that
physical
walk.
distancing cannot be achieved or maintained.
Yeah.
So you must wear a mask if he cannot, where physical distancing cannot be achieved or maintained.
maintained, right.
So
This
during
is-
your job, or I'm just saying, you read that notice, it does say you have to wear it where it cannot be maintained. So in the shop, can you?
I can maintain it 6 feet easily in the shop.
So
I stay by myself anyway when I'm out there working.
just for the record, he says that if he can maintain physical distancing,
Well,
it even says it right in
you know
the
what,
policy.
this is not the latest one. I really don't have a copy of the latest one, but I'm sure the latest one says to be on VTA property.
Yeah, they revised,
They
so
did
and that's,
revise
and that's
it.
the
It's
issue.
probably the one that we should have in here.
Yeah, you guys kind of rushed me, so I didn't have time to find it. But I will find it and bring it to you if you want a copy of it.
Well,
I don't want a copy of it. I'm just saying that you're presenting that. I didn't know what the date was.
Well, I don't know
didn't look
what
at the
you
date. I
had
didn't look
either.
at the date on it, but I'm just going off of what that was.
Well, this one's dated June 18th, so it's old. If you give me a few minutes,
I'll give you a few minutes.
I'll go find the other notice
Okay.
and make sure you have a copy of it and understand it. And meanwhile, I'll get Mita's phone number for you
Okay.
and be right back.
All right.
I'll leave this one with you. That one.
Yeah, the reason I was wondering is if VTA is going to give them the only option is a mask, but then, see, I don't understand how VTA has the right to supersede CDC, and that's been my argument from the beginning. They're forcing someone to wear a mask. That's why I asked the question. Hope you don't mind me asking.
They're going to be forcing a lot of stuff on people.
Right.
And the mask is the easy thing for you to stop it at.
Right.
And there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to travel or do anything without vaccinating yourself for something that's not going to happen with me.
Right.
I'm not just like the mask ain't happening.
Well, then I'll tell you what, at that point, then I'm gonna be on your side. There's a limit, I'm gonna draw a limit.
No, I am not. And have you ever seen Bill Gates on his little interviews on the television, and he's got that duper light on his face?
Uh-huh.
He knows he's duping people.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hell no.
There's so many propagandas
And what is Bill Gates doing pushing vaccines?
no shit.
Are you gonna keep that copy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I got a picture of it.
Oh, this?
I took a
Oh, okay. All right. You can have it since it's the old one. It's not going by what they're talking about now.
He's sending you home off of that one.
He's sending you home on an old,
On an old
fucking
document.
memo.
That's why it's.
But, well, yeah,
I'm looking
good. Hold me to it.
I'm looking for.
The one that you have is the latest one.
I know.
Rushed.
That's the operation notice, right? That's when they sent down the operation notice.
Yeah, this doesn't make any damn sense.
The thing is, you're getting a direct order to wear it. And he giving you a direct order to, those are like, he's so all over the map.
Yeah.
What he's telling you.
It's because he has no idea.
Yeah,
And he has no fucking clue. And what's really upsetting to me about that is me to fucking have the audacity to be here all day long. I left when the meeting started.
She was here today?
She was here. Didn't she call you?
She called me from her house.
Oh, she called from her house?
Yeah.
Why would she call you at work to see if you felt earthquake? That's weird. It's fucking creepy. And wasn't fucking...
She called the shop phone.
And wasn't there talks of River Oaks and you here to explain to him?
That's what I heard.
Instead, they just pushed it on Mike, who has no idea what the fuck's going on.
It's on his own fault. He should have kept his bitch ass in the office instead of walking around fucking trying to get people to comply with this stupid bullshit. You don't see Nick Smith fucking in here, there's a reason why he's in here. It's because he fucking brought it up. Fucking micromanager, dude.
I don't think anybody in the shop was complaining.
Fuck no, we're not complaining.
Nope. As far as I'm concerned, you stick to yourself, I stick to myself, we're happy.
Yeah, trust me, Dwayne, if we had issues, you'd know about it.
I sit to myself with my mask off, you sit to yours with your mask off. Again, we have the same beliefs. I may choose to wear it in front of people because they ask. I respect why you choose not to. That's, hey, it is what it is. Again, I'm too scared to get fucking sent home because I need to pay rent. So.
Well, I need to pay rent too, but it's a limit as to how far I'm going to go.
No, I feel it. I get it. I respect it. I do. I respect it. I wish I had a little more of the ball you have, in the same sense. Like I said, if it's going to make them fucking smile with me walking through the shop wearing it, and I take it off when I get to my area, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk through the shop, I'm going to take it off as soon as I get to my work area.
Eventually, though, you're going to get to the line that you're not willing to cross.
You're absolutely right.
And when you get there...
Crossing it was already when I called the union and said I'm not going to work for 7 o'clock. So that's already the line that was crossed with that.
Okay.
Right?
John, coming back?
Yeah. You want me to get them?
Yeah. This will be the number.
Okay.
And this is the same one that he had a minute ago. I saw. This one is dated September 2nd. And this one says, a face in dark, big red letters.
Okay, let me see that.
A face mask must be worn in the division.
Okay.
Face, I'll wait till he comes in. This one's dated September 2nd.
Okay.
Big red letters, a face mask must always be worn in the division. Face masks must be worn while in hallways, restrooms, break rooms, ready rooms, training rooms, conference rooms, locker rooms, TV rooms, shop floors, bays, at a workbench, in, under, or next to a revenue or non-revenue vehicle, while in someone else's workspace, or walking into or out of any door, in a warehouse, a storeroom, a bay, on the fuel island, at a gathering area, on a platform, at a transit center, and at a bus stop. Failure to wear a cloth face covering or face mask may result in discipline. No longer can forgetfulness be an excuse for not wearing your mask. The health and safety of VTA employees and the public depends on everyone's full cooperation and compliance. I am unwilling to lose any of you to this illness. While at any VTA facility, the only time you may be without a mask properly covering your nose and mouth is if a physical barrier, wall, door, sneeze guard, or partition is separating you from others, or while eating a meal and distanced at least 6 feet from others. Keeping a snack nearby or in hand to pretend to be eating as an excuse for not wearing a mask is unacceptable. Masks may not be left on your desktop, toolbox, in your pocket, purse, or backpack. Maintaining a distance of at least 6 feet from others, unless it is necessary to be closer for the job you are performing, practicing proper hand hygiene, and wearing a face mask are your best tools to guard your life and livelihood, as well as those of your family members, co-workers, and their families and customers from this pandemic. Operators must always wear face coverings while operating a bus or LRV, per the Santa Clara County Public Health Department. All employees must always wear a face covering in the division, shop, fuel island, bus parking, employee parking, or LRV parking, and at all times while working in or on VTA property and away from a dedicated workspace that is physically separated from others. CDC does not currently recommend use of face shields as a substitute for masks. Operations Division employees who are medically unable to wear a cloth face covering or face mask must first discuss their issue with their supervisor or superintendent. Documentation may be required. Please be advised of the following. Maintenance employees using a mask for non-COVID-19 PPE are responsible for ensuring it meets the required safety standards for the task they are performing. If a face shield is approved, it must wrap the sides of the face and extend below the chin. If you have any questions, please contact your supervisor or superintendent. That's your copy.
All right.
Okay, so that one is a little bit different from this one, a little more direct, and fits what I'm asking you to do better.
So, are you asking me again if I'm going to wear a mask?
Correct.
No.
Okay, then you're punched out then.
Okay.
Are you sending him home now?
Yes,
Okay.
at 5:10.
He should be ADM and paid until it's clarified, if you're asking him to call Mita and everything, so it should be ADM paid until it's clarified. Everything is.
Okay. But he's on non-paid status though.
He should be paid until you call, you're asking him to call Mita. I'm
Yeah,
just stating
tomorrow.
that you do it, I'm saying that you're sending him home,
Mm-hmm.
so you should ADM him.
Well, and I'm also informing him he's on non-paid status.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not arguing with you, I'm just saying that he should
Okay.
be on, he should be.
I really don't care about
if
the
you-
pay anyway, so that's okay.
Well,
Y'all,
if you have a problem with it, grieve it.
I don't have a problem with it. I'll go home.
Okay,
If that's what you're telling me to do.
yeah.
So that's the only thing I wanted to know was that you're telling me that I need to go home. Okay. All right. Well, folks, you seen what I saw. You know what's happening. I just need to say this, and that is, if people need to start standing up and be willing to take what comes to stop this from continuing. It's if people continue to go along, to get along, this situation that we're experiencing right now is never going to stop, and it's only going to get worse. So I'm gonna drive home now, and I'll put this video up. And if you all feel that I had a bad deal here, hey, feel free to call VTA and let them know what you think. All right, that's all I got to say on this issue. Y'all have a good one.